most subs are on OF out of the following reasons, right? Sexuality is 25% of the reason they actually buy content, which should surprise you because as most people when they start out in this industry think, sexuality is the main reason we're doing OF, right? They all want to see the titties, they want to see the videos, but it's really just 25% of the entire thing. I mean, sexuality is free on the internet, right? They could literally click 5 letters into their browser and they get billions of hours of free video material with the most explicit stuff the internet can give them. So if only sexuality was the reason, they wouldn't be on OF, they would be on PH or any other sites I can't mention here without getting another shadow ban on this channel. So sexuality can't be the main reason they're here. I think we've clarified that. What are actually the reasons to that are emotions, 15%. Of course, they want to feel these emotions they don't feel in their private life. They want to be adored, they want to be respected, they want to be loved, they want to be understood. The emotions they can't get in their private life, they want to pay for. They want to get artificially, right? They're on OnlyFans because they want to feel a certain way, much more than the sexuality. Curiosity is also 15%, meaning they're just curious what happens. They're not even that into the sexual stuff, but they see a beautiful woman on Instagram Reels, on Reddit, on dating apps, and they just want to see how does she look naked? What does her profile show? She has like a cool funnel. She has a cool angle on Instagram. Wow. Now, she was talking so much about her OF. I wonder how it actually looks like. I wonder what she shows. So curiosity and emotions are already much more important than the sexuality alone if you combine that. But the biggest reason they are on OF, as you can see, it is entertainment. That's almost 50% of the reason they are on OF is the entertainment of it. It's like Netflix, right? It's emotions, it's sexuality, it's script. It's so entertaining for them. This is why they're on there, because porn isn't entertaining. It may be for a while, right? The stepsister being stuck. Yeah, it's kind of funny, but it's not as entertaining. There's so many different stimuli in the subscriber's head when he's on OF. There's the emotions, the woman he's talking to, the next PPV, the next script, what's she about to show now. Entertainment is the reason they buy. Get that in your head because that's going to be very relevant. And most agencies never get to the point of understanding this. Most agencies fail because they still try to compete by being more sexual than the other OF creators, on the OF in the channel specifically. When in reality, you don't make more PPV sales by being more sexual. You make more PPV sales by being more entertaining, by doing fantasy. You see what I'm getting here? Fantasy is entertaining. So now that we've clarified that, let's have our learning from this, which is context trump visuals, right? The context of the video is making him more likely to buy than the visuals itself. Now, what could that mean? I'll give you an example, okay? Scenario A and scenario B, okay? Scenario A is, there's 2 videos, okay? First one is, the creator records a video of her doing some sexual act, right? And she sends it to him like, wow, I'm so horny. I love to do this. I'm so fluid. I have to be careful on YouTube, right? I can't wait till you see this. Cool. That's scenario A. Scenario B is the creator tells him a little story about, hey, my parents are next door and I have to be super quiet, but I just can't stand it any longer. I can't. It's so forbidden, but they're right next door. They could come into this room anytime. I have to be so quiet. Psh, baby. Psh. You know what I mean? The kind of the fantasy of almost getting caught, of doing something forbidden in like a public place when people are nearby. Now, scenario A is more sexual, but scenario B has a fantasy to it. And as you can already imagine, like most people have had case B in their heads, but they were never actually in that situation, right? They always thought about stuff like this. They already thought about, what if I do this even if it's forbidden? It's such a fantasy in their head that they're so likely to buy much more than the next sexual video that they could get. It's the same as having sex with a teacher, the stepbro, the stepsister, stepmom, stepfather, right? All of these fantasies the subscribers had in their head for years. So you being able to help them fulfill that fantasy makes you 5 times the money.